There's no doubt that people in the industry consider us a challenger brand, but actually we do a lot of the same things as other companies in the industry, simply we just do them for a different set of people. We open, and democratize the industry to everybody. Nutmeg is an online wealth manager, and that means we bring a service that's previously only been available to the very wealthy, to everybody. So you have DIY investing, you can go away and pick stocks and pick funds. We have wealth management, which is, kind of the old-fashioned way of giving your money to someone and not seeing it again for 20 years. And Nutmeg creates this new category. And being able to see your money online all the time with total transparency, that is a challenger category. And we're very much hoping that there will be new companies who come into our category. I'm sure that agencies and experts like yourself would say to us, you need more people in that category to make it a well-trodden path for more people to understand what you do. So we're looking for for the future of wealth management to be one where it is democratized and where people say, you know what, I don't just have to focus my time on looking after the very wealthy people.
My job is really about trying to make sure that people understand investing, can get through the process as clear as possible when they come to our site. I've never perhaps worked in an industry that has more regulation around it. For example, there are constraints in the language that you can use. You have to talk about things in a certain way. And I think for us, the opportunity there is to embrace that. And what we found is that if you talk about things in the way that, let's say, the regulator says you have to, what we also have to make sure is that people understand it and it comes across clearly, and we use that as an opportunity to explain in clear language what this means. And the output of that, the result, is that you get to the end of the process and people have learned something along the way, and generally speaking, people appreciate you for that as well. And so it's actually, I think, a strength of us that you don't sort of hide behind the constraint of like, we have to talk about this stuff way, but you use it as an opportunity to educate people, and actually everybody wins. Our way of doing things is to focus on what we're good at and our area of expertise, and if there's a way that you can plug into an existing service that's going to do stuff better than you, and that's what they do every day, then we try and do that. I think perhaps payments is a good example. We've got some significant improvements to our payments coming out, and the answer is like, we can build our own payment system, but you know what, that's not what we're here for. What we want to do is go find out the best people who do card payments and direct debit and things like that, and leverage everything they have, plug that into our system. So everywhere that you have the opportunity to go, these are the people who do this best. We don't need to focus on that because that's not our core offering. How can we use their service? That's what we try and do. The example I give is a small thing called a favicon that probably not too many people know about, but actually it's one of these things that you see and experience every day when you're browsing the web, and it's in the top of your browser tab. There's a little 16 by 16 pixel icon which you can choose if you want to put your own brand in. And it's one of these things where if it's there, you don't really pay any attention to it. You just think, okay, everything's fine. If it's not there, you're like, something's up with this site. I don't really trust it perhaps, and I don't quite know why. And so every time we have an opportunity to help reinforce trust, to show that, you know what, we're paying attention at even the smallest levels, then you're probably going to project that trust onto the other things that we do. That if we're paying attention to that, we're also paying attention to all the other things that matter.